Hello and welcome to MBKM Models. Now today we're going to have a look at how to build a balsa wood model airplane. I think step one is we're going to base this around someone who has never picked up a screwdriver before. They look at YouTube and they think, wow, I'd love to do that. So let's base it around somebody of that skill base, and I'll take you through it. Okay. Now, the first thing to consider is what model are you going to build? All right. Okay. All different types of airplanes out there. There's biplanes, 2 wings, triplanes, 3 wings, monoplanes, 1 wing. All right, and monoplanes can be over wing or under wing. Now, my suggestion for a first model ever would be to build an over wing trainer. All right. Okay. They fly easier. It's got more lift to it. Okay. Lift. I won't go into aerodynamics, but the lift on an overwing is far more than the lift on an underwing, and it's easier to fly in the end. So consider the model you want to build. Give it some thought. Don't just go and buy a kit. If you're in the UK, everybody wants to build a Spitfire. All right, okay. Most people, they it's part of the national fabric here, the Spitfire aircraft. With a Spitfire, the original was a performance aircraft, very much like a Formula One racing car. In reality, they had it was not easy to build Spitfires. I'm an ex-aircraft fitter, and I was an apprentice at Rolls-Royce, where they built the engines for the Spitfire, the Rolls-Royce Merlins. And they had issues building the wing root on the Spitfire, and also it takes a lot of skill to fly one, a real one, model one, let alone a real one. So don't start with an underwing fighter, because it won't fly as well for you as a novice as it will for someone else, and you could land up with a crash and all your work gone. All right, so consider the model you want to build. Give it a lot of thought. Sit down and think about it. Once you've purchased your model, if it's the model of a real aircraft, I'm building a Gillows kit at the moment of a de Havilland Canada Beaver aircraft. Now that's a real aircraft, and there is nowadays there's Wikipedia, and you can read all about Beaver aircraft from start to finish. So know your subject. All right, okay, know your subject, and like I said, take your time being around it. Another question you might have is, where do I get my kit? Well, where do you get your kit? I mean, there is hopefully a model shop where you live, or a hobby store as they're called in America. Go along there. The guys in the shop are well experienced, and if you say to them, I want an overwing trainer, easy build monoplane, rubber powered, okay? Don't build anything with a motor or an engine in it, all right? Do it rubber powered, which it means it works on an elastic band. There's a whole culture to rubber powered, but for you, this will do as your first model. Okay, so any model shop, hobby store, or you can go onto Google, type in balsa wood model airplane kit, monoplane overwing, and it'll come up with a kit. Or you can use the big ones, which are Amazon or eBay. Okay, so your kit arrives at your home. What do you do? Okay, you open up the box and you're presented with what are a lot of strips of wood, a piece of paper, which is a plan, and instructions. All right, and you're thinking, my goodness, what do I do with this? Okay, the majority of model planes, model aircraft, are built on a board. Now, this board here, okay, my dad made this for me when I was 12. I mean, it literally is 2 pieces of cardboard taped together with masking tape, and it's good. You can put pins in it. It's only cardboard, so the pins go in it. Okay, so when you open up your box, you get your plan. All right, okay. Open your plan up, pin it to the board. All right, and then what I do, I mean, this is a very old method. This is a candle. All right, and what I do is rub candle wax all over the plan. All right, okay. You can do it bit by bit where you're going to work. Say you're building the fuselage, which is the center body of the plane. Rub candle wax on it. All right, okay. Some people put cellophane over it. I need to be able to see the plan when I'm working on it, so I put candle wax on it. What this does is you will build your strips of wood in your box onto the plan, all right, and then you will pin them. But what you don't want when you're using balsa cement is your finished side part of your airframe. All right, your airframe is this, all right, okay, before it's covered, and you don't want that sticking to the plan. So that's why you add the wax, all right, okay. You will need some basic tools, okay, all right, and I'll go through them now. I mean, I've been doing this a long time, so I've got a million tools. However, to build competently your first model, you will need a ruler, okay, all right, that's a steel rule, that one. Yeah. Probably any ruler will do. A sharp knife, all right. If you're a child watching this, be careful and cut the wood with a parent or adult present, all right, okay. Sharp knife and various, I don't know, there you go, balsa cement, all right, okay. Or you can use PVA. It takes longer to dry, but PVA has elasticity to it. It moves, which is good, especially on an airframe, all right. Balsa cement is good, but it goes off hard and it's brittle. Personally, for your first model, I would use balsa cement, all right. So you've got a sharp knife, all right, steel rule, or you can have a wooden or plastic rule, all right, sandpaper, and really that is pretty much all you need. You'll need a pencil and a clear area to work, all right. So like I said, it's the kits nowadays, I mean, I'm not sure what they start at, but you can get a decent kit for less than a night out, I would. Well, let's recap on that. Okay, so you're thinking, I'd love to build one of those balsa wood airplanes, but I've never picked up a screwdriver in my life, and how do I do it? So let's just recap. Step one, you're going to think about the model you want to build. More than likely, you should be telling yourself, I want to build an overwing monoplane trainer, all right, okay? And I also want to build it rubber powered. You will see lots of videos on YouTube of guys flying warbird fighters that have got high powered motors. They're very big aircraft, and please do not do this, because one, more than likely all your work will only last 30 seconds. If it lasts longer than that and something goes wrong, you could literally kill somebody, an innocent bystander, with it. Please don't do that. You've got to build up to it to fly aircraft like that. You've got, more than likely, you've got to be a member of a club, and also you've got to have insurance. All right, so a good place to start is literally on a kit. All right, so you've sat down, you've thought about your aircraft. All right, so you're going to buy a rubber powered monoplane trainer. Where do I buy it? Okay, so you've got local hobby store or model shop. Yeah, you can go down there. They may have some kits. They're not so many nowadays in shops, but if you go online, go into Google or Amazon or eBay, you're going to find something that suits you. All right. So you get your kit back. You think, wow, great. And this is wonderful picture of it on the box flying away. And you open the box up and you're presented with strips of wood in elastic bands and what do you call it? Some plans, yeah. And like I said, what you need to do is you need to build it on a board. All right, okay, onto the plan. The plan needs to be covered in wax, and take your time. All right, Rome was not built in a day. Take your time. And if you make, I make mistakes. I mean, I build in models since 1971, plastic kits. I've built balsa wood model aircraft, model boats, large model boats, 3 foot long, radio controlled, all sorts. Yeah. Take your time. I make mistakes, and you're as funny enough. You're as good as your mistakes, because if you make a mistake, you then learn. You know how to put it right. So don't be frightened of making a mistake. Everybody does. So yeah, I mean that's the way to go. I'm building 3 models at the moment. One is a plastic kit RC conversion, and the other 2 are balsa wood model airplanes. Okay, so one is a kit called de Havilland Beaver, which if you're unsure how to build, please check out my de Havilland Beaver build video playlist, because it takes it right from the beginning on there. All right. I always build fuselage first, then tailplane, then wings. All right. I've done it like that since I was 12. I'm in my late 50s now, and that's the way I do it. So check out my builds. Now, there is another way to building balsa wood model aircraft, and that's from plans. So for those who have already built their first model, okay, please check out my Airspeed Envoy build, because that was a free download. I've tile printed a plan, and I only print the bit I'm working on. And also, if I need an extra bit to trace out or whatever, I can print a part off that I can draw over or trace around or whatever, and it's good. Like I said, building from plans is a different ball game. Obviously, please, if you are a beginner on here, don't confusing it from building from a plan. Building from a plan in a kit, okay, what it is with a kit, everything is there for you. Okay, so you buy a kit, you open it up, the plan's there, your wood's there, you got instructions how to build it, built up views, more or less tells you how to do it from start to finish. You haven't got to go and buy anything. It's all laser cut, and literally, apart from building the model, everything is done for you. Building from plans is a different thing altogether. At one time on the internet, I don't know why they were doing it, they were calling building from plans building from scratch. It's not building from scratch. Building from scratch is designing your own plane and plan. All right, so building from plans is building from plans. So you either buy your plan from a company, if you're in the UK, like Sarek, who used to be the MAP Map Plan Service, or you download it from Oz Plans. Now, OZ Plans, they're great. All right, okay, but you got to know how to you got to know how to enlarge it. You got to know how to print it. All right, so that took me a while to learn how to do it. A couple of goes. Not easy, but once you practice it, you're there. All right, okay, and then you got your plan that you can work on. So let's just go back again. All right, so for the absolute novice, you're going to buy a kit. All right, okay. In that kit, when you open the box, you're going to have a load of bits of wood with elastic bands around it. Okay, all the wood are different sizes. If you buy Gillows, all right, which I'm building the Gillows Beaver, it's all in Imperial. Now, I'm from a very old world where most things were Imperial. All right, okay, so I know a 8 from a 16th, from a 32nd, from a 64th. All right, okay. What they do in Imperial is divide an inch up into different equal parts. So you've got half, quarter, eighth, 16th, 32nd, 64th. All right, and that's the thicknesses of wood. So like I said, you're going to need the ruler, and on the ruler it'll have imperial one side, metric on the other. All right, some kits, I've only ever bumped into one kit over the years. That was a company called West Wings. I built a Hawker Sea Fury, and that was in metric, but I found that difficult because the way I am very much imperial measurements. But then again, on the other side, I use a mixture of the two nowadays, all right? Especially building from plans. So building from a kit, everything's there. Read the instructions. When you open the kit, get the plan out. Pin the plan up on the wall for a week. Hang out with that plan. The thing that I found the best to do is pin the plan up on the wall. Don't even put it on a board. Don't start work. For 7 days, be around that plan. Look at it. Read it. Okay? Get to know your plan. All right? Okay? And also it'll come with instructions. All right? Read the instructions from back to front and then read them again. All right? You really need to get into your mind what's going on that plan, what's going on in those instructions, because what you do is you read the instructions as in line with your build when you're building on the plan. All right, okay. For the more advanced modeler, if you're building from plans, all right, which is different from building on a plan. If you're building from plans, all right, you got to do everything yourself. But we'll do that on another video, all right? So, like I said, if you're out there, you're looking at YouTube, you're looking at the internet, you're thinking, wow, I'd love to build one of those. I'm sat here twiddling my thumbs every night, watching TV. I'm really bored. There's nothing on telly, and I'd love to have a great hobby. Okay, so you now know what to do, all right? And what I'm going to do is, this is going to be a series of videos how to build a balsa wood model airplane, all right, from a kit, all right? So or plans. So what I'm going to do is probably put up my Airspeed Envoy builds, because it's a large aircraft. It's 54-inch span. And you can see what I'll do is I'll upload them. I've already got them on as Envoy build, but I'll upload them on how to build a balsa wood model airplane as well, and then you can see how it's done. All right, okay, how to approach it, and how to build it. All right, because there's a way of building these things. Pretty much they're all built, most of them are built the same, all right? So you'll have a box, you'll have you build a frame for one side of the fuselage, you build two of those, and then you put pieces along it, and you make like a box section, all right? And then on your box section goes around, you start adding frames. Stringers, right? A stringer is a piece of wood that runs from one end of the aircraft, from the nose of the aircraft to the tail of the aircraft. They're usually 1/16 of an inch square, and they give strength to the fuselage, the body of the aircraft. All right, okay. Also, it's where you cover them. All right, so in all of it, you'll see all the processes of build, and I will upload them. Good luck with your build, all right? It's a great hobby to be involved in, because it can take on, take you places. There's a lot of people interested in it, and there's a whole, there's lots of clubs. If you want to join a club, join a club. But what you need to do is you need to build your primary model, all right? Okay, and I cannot stress this enough, all right? Please do not build a large 4-channel radio control Mustang or Spitfire, fighter warbird, because one, your money will go up in the air and it will come down, and that'll be the end of it after 30 seconds. and two, you could actually either kill yourself or somebody else with it. All right. So what you need is a nice small, something like a 24-inch rubber powered overwing trainer. Okay, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and I'll check back in later on. Okay, but what I'm going to do is my airspeed envoy videos, I'll upload them, the same videos as well as them, but I will be putting them up on how to build balsa wood model airplane. All right, so good luck with your models. I really do have faith in you, because everybody's got to start somewhere. I had to start somewhere. And in all of it nowadays, you've got such a wealth of knowledge and hints and tips on YouTube. All right, so good luck, and I will see you all later down the road. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and until next time.